Talk hard and enjoy the mindgasm. The IntelleXual podcast starts now.
Welcome to the IntelleXual podcast, number 159. I'm your host, Dave Dawson.
And I am Kristin Naomi.
And we're sitting in my backyard right now.
It's lovely out.
It's lovely. It's a beautiful summer day in California. And we have two very cool people on the line with us today.
Yes, we do.
Adam Bevier, who is the brother of Josh Bevier, who's been a guest on our show and is a longtime acting collaborator of mine here in California. Adam lives in Ohio, but we have the distinct pleasure of being DUBSMASH competitors online. Adam, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Sitting here in Northwest, beautiful summer day.
And we also have your daughter, Callie, on the line, who, if anybody has been anywhere near social media in the last 2 weeks or so, you should know this beautiful woman. She she recently wowed everybody on America's Got Talent. Callie, welcome to the show.
Hi.
So how are you feeling? You're a few weeks out since the show aired. Like, millions have watched your video online. Like, have things like radically changed for you at this point, or are you still just kind of basking in the glow of that?
I thought, with Ellen, I was going to get a lot of people coming up to me, and I did get a few, but I didn't realize for America's Got Talent how much more people. I've had so many people come up to me and get pictures, and I've gained so many followers on social media. It's just awesome.
So what was the process to get onto the show?
So my first audition was actually in Detroit, and that's just in front of a bunch of producers, and there's multiple steps to that one. And then you wait a couple of months, and they call you and decide if you're going to be able to go onto the judges round. So obviously they called me, and a lot of it when we got there, which it was in Pasadena, a lot of it was just sitting around waiting, doing filming, being a background person. And then finally I got to audition. So
cool. In the business, we call that hurry up and wait.
That's exactly what it
is.
So were you nervous when you got into those auditions, or were you pretty calm and collected?
I think my personality is more calm and collected than nervous and jumpy, so I think that's pretty good for me being a performer. So
that's actually perfect for you being a performer, actually.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. And at 16, that's extremely impressive.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, at 16, I joined the theater class in my high school.
Yeah, I was in theater too
at
16.
I wanted to vomit before I went on stage every time. I had the worst stage fright. I always got past it and got on stage, but it always took me a few minutes of performing before I'd really settle in. You don't have that luxury when you're auditioning.
Yeah, no.
You got to be on the second you start.
Yeah, exactly.
I take care of that for her. I get sick. She's just I'm always are you okay? You ready? And she's like, yeah. She's so laid back, nonchalant. Then she'll get out on stage, or she'll get out, on as Ellen, for instance, and she just kills it. It's just kind of where she's comfortable. And to me, it's always surprising because, the producer will come back. Are you ready? Are you sure you're awake? And she's like, yeah, I'm ready. And then she'll go out and have, all her personality, and she just thrives there. She loves it.
That's wonderful. How does that feel as a parent to see your child up on that stage and she's in front of millions of people watching? You've got to be proud.
Oh, yeah. Obviously you think about it, but it's almost the same as, her talent shows, when she's at school, because she was in a couple in 7th grade and 8th grade, and you kind of just watch her and you're proud of her there. But then, when you really sit back and think about it, and there's, the first one, Ellen, it was just pretty surreal. I'm a big Ellen fan, so even walking out on that stage was super exciting. But then America's Got Talent, millions and millions of people, and I believe, it blew up a little bit more because it actually is a social thing. You're always on there promoting or talking to, it's funny to say now, but her fans, she's on there interacting with her fans and just having fun that way. But as a parent, you know, you can't help but just to smile while you're sitting there watching her, you know, have the time of her life.
Aw. My heart is swelling as you're speaking. It's wonderful.
So Callie, you've had quite the journey to get to where you're at right now. And it was talked about on America's Got Talent. Just for the sake of anybody who hasn't seen the viral video or hasn't seen the episode, can you walk us through a little bit of what you've been going through?
Yeah. So pretty much a year ago, I was diagnosed with a form of ovarian cancer, and all summer, so it was only 3 months, so it was pretty quick. I went through chemo, and then August 28th, they told me I was in remission. So it's not quite been a year yet, but ever since then, I've been trying to just raise awareness for childhood cancer and stuff. And the thing is, a lot of people have been commenting on my video, like, this is a sob story, but I've been like, it's really not, though. Like, I feel like people need to understand and know, like, cancer doesn't discriminate. You need to know that, like, no matter what age, gender, like, race you are, you have the possibility to get cancer. So, like, it's all awareness and whatnot. So, yeah.
Yeah, I found it interesting how he mentioned on the show, he's like, you know, you've gone through stuff that adults, you know, couldn't fathom going through. And I thought when he said that, I was like, everybody runs the risk of cancer. It's not just an adult problem. We actually work with a gentleman here in town named Sam Diego, who has a group called Sons of Charity, and he was talking about the funding that goes into research and for childhood cancers. And he said for every dollar spent in the U.S. on research, only like 3 cents or 3.8 cents goes towards childhood cancers, which is a travesty, in my opinion.
It really is.
Well, I could get on the soapbox and talk about it for a while, you know, now that it's affected us. To be honest, it wasn't something that was, you know, first and foremost in my mind. I saw it like everyone else sees it. Things go by, you know, kids with cancer, and it's always, you know, a tragedy, and it's always like you feel horrible. But now, you know, since it hit so close to home, you really pay attention more. And like you were just mentioning, the national funding, is 4%. And I'm sure everybody's heard of, you know, another American Cancer Society. Their funding for childhood cancer is 1%.
Oh my gosh.
So it's nothing. Basically what they do at this point is they take an adult, specifically say ovarian cancer like my daughter had, that the median age is, I believe it was 63. And they take what they're giving to that adult and they dose it down and they give it to a child. When biologically they're different. You know, so you're giving them something that's not even going to work the same way on their body. That's all you have available because that's the research that was put into it.
Yeah, I mean,
so it's very important. Those lead to secondary cancers. Those lead to health issues for the rest of their lives. You know, it's just, you know, as an advocate now, you know, that's kind of what we try to talk about is, you know, the only way that there's funding for it is when we as parents or somebody has like a lemonade stand or a cookie sale or a benefit, and then you take it to those companies and you say, listen, I want this to specifically go for childhood cancer. Otherwise, it's going to go, you know, it's important, but a lot of the other ones get a lot of the funding. Childhood cancer does not.
Yeah, that's
wow.
That's got to change.
Definitely.
I mean, you know, everybody pays lip service. You know, children are our future. They're the ones we should focus on first, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
oh yeah.
I don't see
why.
Well,
think about it. That's why this, to me, you know, things transcend this competition, and this is one of those things. When you look at 42+ million people now know that a 15-year-old can get ovarian cancer. You know, so to me that was huge when she was able to bring that up, and it's never in our family been a sob story. And like Callie said, it's been a victory story. You know, she the whole time she went through it, and the whole time I hope we went through it. You know, we were positive. We tried to stay positive. You know, Callie, whenever she could, I mean, she can talk about that, but you know, she was positive through the whole thing, which for a parent, that was great for me, because what really tugs at your heartstrings is when she comes downstairs crying, you know, the few times she did, and you're like, what's wrong? And she's like, I'm just sad, you know? And so that's when it really hurts. But the more positive she was, the more positive we were, the more positive we could all be together and just, you know, get through it. But we were the lucky ones, you know? We are not naive to the fact that people are in way worse, you know, are in way worse conditions now, you know, still fighting. and the millions and millions that have lost their lives. So we are able to experience it and get to understand the importance of it, and now be advocates for that, for the ones that didn't make it or the ones that are still struggling.
Yeah. Callie, how did you find the strength to stay positive facing that?
My thing kind of was like, I had cancer, so why would I, be all sad all the time and be negative and down on myself when I could be positive? Because either way, I was going to have cancer, so there wasn't any point in, getting mad and sad and angry. So,
wow.
Yeah.
You're more grown up than most of my friends.
Yeah, seriously.
I think having cancer and, living through it kind of, in a way, makes you, kind of like more grateful, and you care about things more than what you used to, I guess. You don't take things for granted. So
at 15, 16 years old, I remember my only concern at the time was like, am I going to have a car? Am I going to be able to drive soon? Where am I going out Saturday night? But getting cancer at that age, I think, must have made you face your mortality a little bit sooner than most kids do. And I think that absolutely has to put everything into perspective for you, right?
Yeah, definitely. I knew my doctor told me, I was going to have three treatments and then I was going to be done. But like when I went in for my last PET scan, the one that was going to pretty much tell me if I had cancer or not, I was so nervous that day. The whole day I was thinking, I know it's not going to be clear. I'm probably still going to have cancer. I was just so nervous. And yeah, that was one of the times that I was negative. But, you just never really know. And, sometimes you have to kind of face the facts that could be true, that maybe I wasn't all clear, but it's a good thing that it was. But yeah.
So you go through that experience, and then just months later, you're thrust into the national spotlight. Like, it's got to be like just a crazy roller coaster year for you.
It really, really was. Like, I went from like one of the darkest times in my life to one of the like brightest, coolest times ever. This is amazing.
Do you think because of what you've gone through, it kind of propelled you into doing America's Got Talent? Do you think that you had that fire more because now you've seen things differently, and you really going from that, kind of staring, a non-perspective future in your face, and then fighting for it, and then seeing life in a new way. It just, I feel like now you can do anything. I feel like now it's like TV, whatever you want to do, you can accomplish.
So many people in my past have told me, try out for America's Got Talent. You should try out for this and that. I'm like, but like, this is the year that I actually said yes. And it's just because you never know, what life is going to throw at you. So you kind of just got to go for it when you get the chance. And that's what I did.
What was going through your mind as you set foot on the stage? Like, what were you thinking before the interaction started?
Well, when I was first, okay, so when I first walked out on the stage, I was hoping that I didn't look like a nerd, because I don't know, I'm always worried about that. So I did that, and then I got up, and everyone was just eyes on me, and it was just like, I looked around, and it was just so crazy. Like, that was the biggest stage I've ever performed on, and it was just amazing to be able to see everyone. And it was definitely like my dreams had finally come true right there, that even before I started singing, just being on that stage.
You have a beautiful voice, by the way.
Thank you.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, I got to watch it before Naomi did. I was like, oh my God. Wait till you hear her sing.
I was like, she's so cute.
She's like, she's cute as a button. She's adorable. Oh, yeah. This is your friend's niece?
I just can't wait. I can't wait for people to see like what I'm going to do next, because I have been singing fight songs over and over again for everyone, which it is an amazing song, but, I just can't wait for people to see what else I have.
When did you start singing, actually?
Well, I didn't actually start like showing other people my voice like outside of my family until probably on the 6th grade when I joined my first talent show. And then I did all my junior high talent shows and I won those. But like I started singing at probably at the age of 3 for like all my family and stuff, my grandparents, parents.
Like she couldn't get any cuter.
Does anybody else in the family sing? I mean, obviously Josh is an actor.
Yeah, my mom, she's a good singer, and my sister, she just started, putting her voice out there. She did her first talent show. She's going to be a freshman this next year, so she can sing pretty well, actually. No one actually knew that until now, but yeah.
That's cool.
That's pretty much it.
And Adam, you just
She left me off that list. She left me off that list.
Apparently you're better being mute in the dub smash.
I forgot you were here. Sorry.
Too late. Sorry, what were you going to ask him?
Well, I'm watching Callie on the video, listening to this angelic voice coming out and all this, amazing composure that she had, and I'm sitting there going, I'm the idiot who sits and dub smashes with her dad.
You're right.
I hope she never watched any of those.
I had to.
What's it?
Jeez, talk about nerds.
They were blowing up my feeds for a while.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, hey, if you guys want to block me, because this might go on for a while, go ahead and block me now, because we're having too much fun with this right now.
It was like a month of just nonstop.
Nonstop. It was straight news feed full of you guys dub smashing all over the place.
Yeah, we were having a blast though.
Yeah, you were something of a weird celebrity in San Diego at the time, Adam.
That's funny,
because everybody here was watching me dub smash against you and Josh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there were some good ones. I love it though. You wait and then you pull it up and then you have a few minutes of just laughing like that. It's great, and you just watch them over and over. Like, how did he hit that so perfect? And then I was kind of irritated because some people are like, well, yours are coming out a little bit off, but it was my connection, I think. I think
that's what he's blaming on. Okay, all right.
Well, yeah. I don't know if you're aware, but my mom passed away recently, and I spent some time in the hospital with her before she came home on hospice, and she was feeling kind of down. And the way I pulled her out of feeling down is I literally sat there with my phone for about an hour with her in the ICU, and I pulled up all of our dub smash videos.
Aww.
And I played all of our dub smash videos from my mom. And by the end of that hour, she had a grin from ear to ear. She'd been laughing for a solid hour. And it was so like heartwarming to be able to do that with her. And your family, without knowing it, Adam, helped my family through one of our darkest times as well. Well,
I'm glad you shared that with us. It's amazing.
Well, that's the power of song.
I'm sorry to hear about your mom. She seemed like she was an amazing woman through all your posts and through everything that I would watch through social media.
Yeah, thanks. She was a special lady.
She was wonderful.
And, she was a singer as well.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that's how my dad met my mom in the Philippines. Years and years and years ago. He heard her singing.
Did she sing Crazy on one of the videos?
Yes,
she did. Yes,
beautiful voice. And
yeah,
that's what I love, because she was a singer too, and that brought your family together. And I think what Callie's doing as well too is she's bringing people together with song. Callie, there's probably children out there that are going through exactly what you were going through and needing someone to look up to, and you're their mentor now. You're someone that they can look to and say, you know what, she's a fighter, she's a survivor, I can be like her, I can be strong like her. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, thank you. There's been so many people like DMing me and messaging me, just like, you're my inspiration now. And it's just so amazing to read those and just know that like I'm someone's role model. As like growing up, I was just pretty much my sister's role model, but now I'm like millions of people, so it's pretty cool.
Just remember, with
great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
Sorry, you just walked into the nerd lair.
Or was that a Spider-Man quote?
It always comes back.
Peter Parker was also 16, so
yeah.
So
what? Oh,
yeah. The nerding out is going.
It's going too far. We need to stop. I'm drawing the line right now.
Yeah. That was that's one of the other things being a proud dad is, honestly, I could sit there and read those all day. I could, because it's such positivity. When you're reading these comments and your daughter has inspired people and they are going through, not only cancer, but, any struggles. They have depression, or they're just sick, or they're just feeling down. And they'll reach out to Cal and they'll say, you know what, I was having a bad day and I watched your video and it gave me the chance to fight on. And I wanted to thank you for that, and it's thousands and thousands and thousands like that. And it's just truly amazing. I could sit there and get lost in a couple hours just sitting and reading them.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Wow. That's amazing.
That's
this make, I don't know. Never mind. I'll skip that one. Go ahead.
Well, it's so nice to hear that, there's such positivity, because generally, with the internet, it's just hate.
Yeah. The reception's been so warm for you guys. And that's wonderful.
I think that's the thing that I like most about America's Got Talent, and the way they handle their videos, their viral videos and stuff. And the way they edit the show is it always feels so positive.
Yeah.
And the internet's so full of non-positive messages all the time. It's nice to come across stuff that's so positive. And I think you are a wonderful addition to that positivity, Callie, because from the moment you set foot on that stage in the video to the moment you walked off, I just felt happy, And while I'm friends with family members of yours, you and I do not know each other. But just watching you go through what you're going through and seeing how composed you were, explaining the experience that you've had recently and how you want to inspire people, like, it just made me feel good. I was watching in Seattle. We were on a road trip at the time, and I'm by myself in my hotel room, watching the video going, oh, I feel really good. I want to go out and give somebody a hug right now. And I spent the whole rest of that day, literally walking around Seattle saying hi to everybody I saw. Hi. Hey. Hi.
Yeah, well, it's so important to, make sure that people don't see that it's not about, the tears. It's about being here now.
It's about
being
living.
Positive, being alive. Exactly. So I think that's what made me so warm and feel good, because it wasn't a story of struggle. It was a story of survival, and it was a story of living. And so, I was touched. We were on the road and I was just like, oh, Dave, hold my hand.
That's right. Cause you watched it in the truck.
I watched it in the truck on the ride up. To Seattle, in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. It was wonderful.
It's amazing that, that music can do that, through certain people, that you can just feel what they're singing, and from our side of it, it's a little, 16-year-old from a town of 950 people that has touched so many people. So it's crazy.
Well, and I think that's
and what did you post? Things. You posted something earlier, a quote.
Oh, me?
Don't focus on the bad, because you miss out on the good.
Yeah, if you spend too much time focusing on the bad, you may miss out on the good. Yeah,
and that's absolutely true. I mean, there's, it's easier said than done. But with Callie, and you were mentioning, the internet can be an evil place sometimes. There's a lot of people that do say mean things, but it starts now with her, because I think she's going to have a little bit of fame here coming up. That don't worry about that. You're not sure what those people are going through. Don't get mad. Don't respond. Don't sit, call them, mean names back. It's just, they're going through their own struggles. So look at the 5,000 positive ones, ignore the 1 or 2 negative ones that might come through, and it's easier said than done, because you hear something and it kind of sticks in your head a little bit, but that's kind of what we're trying to get. Even out of this little bit of fame that, I guess it's a lot of fame, I'm not going to lie, that she's getting right now, so just try to, ignore the negatives, and that's just what she has to do.
Yeah.
And that's what we have to do as parents, because I could go on there for sure and, try to reach to this one and grab him by the neck and pull him through, but, we try to focus on the positive. So that's what we've been doing, ignoring it.
And that's a real interesting thing, because you mentioned, you come from a very small town, right? I mean, Callie, I'm sure you've got a very tight little group of friends.
It's very little.
But suddenly your face is all over the world, and people all over the world know who you are. It's got to be quite the jump to go from basically being anonymous in the world to somebody people know. I mean, we've seen it over and over again with celebrities who suddenly find themselves in the spotlight too fast, too furious, and they fall apart. I don't think that's going to happen for you because, you know, you've got a good family and a good grounding, and you've gone through an experience that I think maybe has you more mentally prepared for just life in general.
I think. Yeah.
But do you find it daunting, the sudden fame?
Yeah, it's definitely overwhelming, but I do love it. I love all the positive comments and like just everyone that's been messaging me and just the comments on my pictures, and they just make me feel so happy inside to know that so many people, you know, love me, knowing that I have more than just my family and friends now. So
that's great.
It's good. It's all good.
Yeah.
That's great. So what's next? Well, you got the live show coming up at the end of July. Is that right?
Beginning of August. My first live show is August 2nd, but the actual first live show is July 26th. So.
Cool. So you're going to be in Cali for a while, or are you just coming in for the day?
About a week and a half, depending on if I make it to the next round. If I don't, we have no clue.
You prepared for the whirlwind? So it's going to be a whirlwind.
Yes, I am.
I think in some ways it'll be like being at a wedding. Like just all this stuff's going to happen. Everybody's going to tell you where to be, and then you'll blink and suddenly it's over.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, hopefully it won't be over too soon.
I personally don't foresee that, but you know, fingers crossed.
I think this is whatever happens with America's Got Talent. I think this is probably just the start of a very long journey for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I hope.
Adam, so we've reconnected now. You know what has to come next, right?
Oh, jeez.
Are we
in Callie
rehashing these?
In Callie, is there any way we can get you to join in?
Oh my God.
No,
For Callie and the family.
No, thank you. Good job. See, test number 1, Callie passed. Way to go. Way to go.
All I got to do is get her to do one, and she'll be hooked. That's all I got to do. Hey, Cal, just try this one. It's just
Oh my gosh. Don't listen to them, Callie. Bunch of old fogies. Come on.
And
Stop
then
it.
for the next 3 months, your news feeds will be blowing up.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Maybe I'll start with Fight Song DUBSMASH or something.
Oh, there you go. That'll explode the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe.
Well, Callie, do you plan on? I mean, because you're 16, so you're still in high school and going through that. But do you have intentions of moving to California or Nashville or someplace like that soon and moving your career forward?
Not the first. Definitely California. Every single time I travel out there, I just look out and all you see are these mountains, or everything is just so beautiful, and I love the vibes out there. So I would move there in a heartbeat, definitely.
She sounds like me before I got here from Chicago. So I totally understand. Yeah, you need to come out here. It's wonderful.
Naomi literally came out here for a visit and didn't go home.
I'm still on vacation right now.
2 years.
Yeah,
2 years ago. For 2 years.
It's when you're driving. When you're driving, then it's not a vacation, probably. But can I plug Toy Thai food on Sunset? We go there every time I go there. I crave it, and then we go in there, and Callie and I love it. It's just so amazing. Have you ever been there?
To which one?
There's a lot of Thai food.
Toy.
No, I haven't been to that one.
I'm surprised you haven't gone there with Josh. I know, and then every time I tell people, they're like, "Oh, well, you should try this other one."
Oh wait,
so
no,
good.
yeah,
but
I have eaten there with Josh. Yeah, totally. No, I have done that. You can't be friends with Josh and not have eaten there.
It's just generic Thai food, I feel like, but it's almost like when you walk in there, it's just so chill and calm, and the music's always playing in the background, like rock, or there was a whole concert of Bob Marley playing in the background, and it's just so cool in there.
She's totally her name's totally right.
Yeah, I know. It's perfect. Everything, it's just perfect for her. You're gonna fit right in, Callie.
So when you're in town, maybe we can pop up and say hi Be nice to meet you in person.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be.
And I haven't gone up and seen Josh and his kid or anything yet either. I feel like the worst friend on the planet.
No. His wife and kid are actually in Croatia right now.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Goodness.
I think he's going to visit him here shortly, and then he'll be back.
I need to talk to Josh.
He really needs a friend right now.
Yeah.
He needs a buddy.
He's all alone right now, like Donkey from Shrek.
Well, you know what? We're going to be in LA tomorrow.
Oh, we are going to be in LA tomorrow.
We should reach out to Josh.
Yeah, we should. We should say hi.
Yeah.
He needs to get out of his house.
But speaking of meeting up, I think we fly in like the 24th or 25th of July, and then we leave like August 4th. So maybe sometime within that time frame.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, let's
that's like right after. That's perfect. That's right after Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So we'll be fully nerded out by the time you get here.
We'll just nerd ourselves out so that we don't bring it to you guys.
I can't help it. Nerding follows me everywhere I go.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Well, Callie, the absolute best of luck going forward.
Thank you.
You know, like I said, having heard your voice, and I've grown up around musicians my whole life. Like I said, my mom was one. You definitely have one of the better voices I've heard in a long time. And
thank you, sir.
And I look forward to following your journey and seeing where you go, because I'm sure it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
I would wish you luck too, but I don't think you need luck. I think what I'm sending you is thoughts and love and more and more strength, because that's what you're really gonna go far, Callie. I really am looking forward to everything you're gonna be doing.
Thank you. So am I.
And Adam, are you ready to watch her fly the coop?
Oh, no.
No.
It's just around the corner.
I was thinking about it the other day and getting sad. And even,
Aww.
If she stays with us 2 or 3 more years, I don't like thinking about it.
Yeah.
But
I do.
But they got to spread their wings sometime.
Yeah, baby steps.
So, yeah.
For you.
I'm excited for it. I'll be excited to watch her next journey away from her dad and mom.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure she's going to make you proud.
One day at a time, but yeah, she definitely is.
Oh, yeah. All my kids make me proud already, so.
Well, that's just good parenting.
Yeah.
So, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, but thank you so much for having Callie on and letting me tag along with her.
Oh, no, it's our pleasure.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great to talk to you both. And, I think one of the things that I like is remembering that the journey of the artist it's not a solitary journey.
Mm-mm.
We've got the people who support us and the people who prop us up and the people who provide us strength when we feel low or when we feel like we don't have enough energy to make it work. And, for you guys, I mean, family's everything, right? I mean, it's
yeah.
Especially with what you've gone through.
Statement.
So
I love that.
Yeah, so it's great to hear from both of you, and we look forward to talking to you all again on the journey. Callie,
yeah, thanks.
I don't think this will be the last time we have you on, Callie.
Yeah, I don't either.
So cool, and let's try and connect up when you're in California.
Okay, awesome.
All right, sounds great.
All right, you guys, you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Yeah,
Thank you. Take care.
All right, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye. So sweet.
I know. That is so. She really is. She's so sweet, but she has a really good head on her shoulders. It's really, for me, I mean, I'm really touched because, when I was younger, I was misdiagnosed from doctors. And so I was very close to dying when I was about 12, 13 years old. And so going through that, it does give you a different perspective on life. You are completely changed forever. My life was changed when that happened. And, I never thought one time that I was, anything was going to be fatal or I wasn't going to be around. Everybody else did, but not me. And so, to hear her, go through it, talk about it, on a very just calm, rational level, and then hear about the forward, about life going on, doing those things you want to do because you don't know how long you have. You really don't. And so I'm so proud of her. Kids do need to hear this, especially a day and age like this. I mean, even kids that are being bullied right now, and they're depressed and they're, looking for just one person to understand them or some kind of caring, some kind of hand or olive branch. And that's what she's doing. She unintentionally is doing it, which makes it all the better. She's just living. And through her living, she's inspiring other people to live more. Yeah. And I'm really touched. Really touched. She's cute. She is cute as a button. And her voice is absolutely, it's amazing. So I can't see her not doing, anything less than her best.
Well, it's funny. We were walking around the fair the other day when we were interviewing Mark Allen. And as we were leaving, there was a girl performing Fight Song on the stage by the entrance.
Yes.
And our first response to it was, oh, she's not as good.
I feel bad because I was happy. But you know what? She probably did that because of Callie.
Yeah. Well, and the girl performing at the fair was like 12.
Yeah. She was she was younger than Callie.
So I came around the turn. I was like, oh.
She probably did it because of her.
I'm wondering,
Yeah, I know. We're jerks. We're like, oh, yeah, Callie was way better. But that's the first instinct you have because we just saw that. But yeah, the intention, then I did the same exact thing. I'm like, oh, but she's singing probably because of Callie. Yeah. And it was adorable. I took pictures. I was like, oh, this is great. So this, just because she decided to say yes to life, she's inspiring other people to say yes to life.
Yeah. That seems to be an ongoing theme for you and me this year. Because we were just talking about that, about our trip. Now that we've been home for a few days, we've been encountering people who are like, I've been watching your guys' social media feed, and I'm so inspired by all the journeying you're doing and the traveling, and you guys look like you're having such a good time and just enjoying life. I'm like, yes,
that's exactly what we're doing.
I wish I could do that. You can.
You absolutely can. The only person that's stopping you is you. Yeah. If you want it, you will it.
You just got to say yes to life. Make decisions on what's important to you.
Exactly.
I think that's, of all the things, watching Callie go through what she's going through, watching my family go through what we've gone through this year, watching you go through the things that you've been struggling with. We all have the ability to make a decision for ourselves as to what we want to shape our life to be. My dad used to say, you can choose to be a victim or you can choose to be a victor.
That's right.
And the outcome of your life is completely dependent on how you choose to turn and spin what happens to you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Your father was a wise man.
I know, I miss him.
But he knew what he was talking about. It's true. It takes the same amount of energy to love or to hate. And that goes for yourself too. Or to, choose to live or not live, and it's a daily choice of deciding to be happy and deciding to choose love and deciding to, love yourself. And it's funny because all those tiny little decisions create bigger decisions that are more and more positive. And that's what happens. It's a chain reaction. Love is infectious.
Well, and you said choosing to love yourself. I think that's where it all starts. And I think that's a piece that people forget and overlook. Is like, if you don't choose to love yourself, if you don't make that decision that you're important, that your happiness, your joy, your place in the world is what's important first, the rest of it never quite comes to being solid, because you have to have that foundation of loving yourself first.
Exactly.
And if you don't have that foundation, everything's on kind of a real rickety foundation that's not going to hold up.
Yep.
So Callie absolutely sounds like she chose herself and has just gone on fire since she did.
Yeah, and she's got a good head on her shoulders because it's going to be a whirlwind. I can see her doing very well. And it might not, who knows how far she's going to go on America's Got Talent. You never know.
Well, she's already turned Simon's head.
I know. And that's really hard to do.
Yeah.
That's really hard to do.
Simon is known for, once he's decided you're it.
You're it.
He won't let it go.
Look at Mel B sitting next to him.
Exactly.
He was in charge of the Spice Girls. He knew, he was like, oh, absolutely. This is going to happen. And look what happened with them.
Yep.
Biggest girl group of all time. It's when he focuses on an artist, he knows, and he makes that choice too. Yeah. When he says yes to life, it's really...
It was a huge deal for him to hit that gold buzzer.
Yeah,
for her.
Huge deal.
Yeah. So it's going to be a lot of fun to watch her progress.
It's going to be fun. I'm actually probably going to watch the show now. I mean, I grasp it. I just don't have time.
Yeah. Well,
because we're
really
industry. And so it's really hard to catch.
But that's what I like
episodes.
about America's Got Talent is they put those
That's why
individual
I love
performance
that.
videos online. And
Yeah.
whatnot. It
Thank
makes
you
it
to
easy
America's Got
catch
Talent
up.
for doing that, because I get to actually see what's going on. And then, yeah, whoever, I should shout out to whoever edits those videos too. Thank you to that crew.
Yeah.
Good job, guys. Because, yeah, like you said, those videos are really, you just feel good. You do feel good after you see them. So they're definitely something that kind of just pops up on your newsfeed and brightens your day. And especially that one, I was just like, I'm in the truck and this is fantastic. And I'm in the middle of mountains and I just feel great, So it was, it's really nice to see those. So yeah, it'll be nice to see how far she goes. But I know this is not the end for her. This is just the beginning.
Yeah.
She's and like you said, she has a good structure behind her too. And I think you really need to have that, because if you're going to be in this industry, it's not just the creative world. When you're in the industry, you need to, kind of be in and, do the business side of things and kind of take yourself out so you can continue to be creative and continue to have that love and that support from your family and friends. So she's got it. She'll be good. I predict. Right.
My prediction is success. So another successful outdoor podcast.
Yeah. I
Who
think
needs a studio?
we're just getting used to being outdoors. I think we're just, we got hooked. And now we're like, can we not be inside for a while? We do live in California though.
We need to find like a rooftop loft.
Can we get like a mountain studio? That would be cool. We can have like a beach studio and like a mountain studio.
Well, the beach studio is easy. It's just the beach.
Oh, it's really loud. Yeah, good point. We could just sit on the beach, but waves are super loud. But a mountain studio would be super rad.
I think we could do that.
Yeah.
That'd probably be some of the less expensive office space in town.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, who's gonna
Go
want
out to Palomar,
right?
Yeah.
Hey, do you want to come to the office? Yeah, where is it? It's on the top of a mountain.
We're up on a mountain.
Right?
Come up for a barbecue, campfire,
right?
and podcast.
Exactly. Vegan s'mores.
My neighbor here, he's got a cabin out on Palomar Mountain.
Oh, cool.
I should ask him if we can just rent it for the intellectual entertainment
There
office.
you go.
Can we rent this part-time?
Right. Intellectual hiking.
We'll cut your firewood for you every year. That'll work, right? Do it in kind.
Jody can help us.
And our little hatchet.
Yeah.
No, it's all good. I chatted a little bit with San Diego today. So we are following up. You and I are going to do some stuff with Sons of Charity.
Fantastic. So, I'm excited.
How interesting that we have the conversation with Sam followed by the conversation with Callie.
I think that's just how our intellectual podcasts seem to happen.
The synergy of the universe centered around what we're doing.
Yeah.
So, so
look for us doing that. We have to come out to some charity events, San Diego.
Now we need to eat and then go get mani-pedis.
We have a rough life. Jeez.
And then go hang out with a bunch of our friends for, work meeting tonight.
Mm-hmm. It's good to be a creative. It is.
Yeah. I love my life.
I love my life too. God, now we just sound annoying, huh?
We are annoying.
We are annoying.
But in a good
Let's
way.
go back to nerdy. Let's go back to being nerdy.
Yeah. So anyway, we're not traveling for a while. Well, I'm traveling a little bit, but we don't have any big trips planned.
Not yet.
Not yet. Things come up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so we should be back on fairly regular schedule with the show now.
Mm-hmm.
Got 2 this week. We'll have 2 next week. We'll have 2 the week after.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's good. It's good. Intellectual's back. Intellectual podcast.
What are we calling this? Season 3? Is this season 3?
Is it season 2.5? 2.5.
Let's just call it season 3.
Okay.
Since we came back after my mom passed. Season 3. So, okay. Yeah, we'll have a whole bunch of announcements and things that we've got going on because we got
some stuff
plans.
coming up.
We got some stuff coming up. We got things going on. We're going to be hosting some events and making a big splash on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So lots of fun stuff coming. So keep tuning in. So you're following us. Make sure that you are following us on all the social networks. It's really easy. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, @TheIntellectual. And if you want to follow what we're doing on YouTube, it's youtube.com/intellectual network. And, you can also follow me personally on Twitter at David S. Dawson.
Yeah, and all my handles are at KNaog1, KNaog1.
Because that's easy to remember. But it's on the show page.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, follow us so you don't miss anything that we're doing. And if you're a new listener or if you haven't done it yet, make sure that you subscribe to the podcast on iTunes or Stitcher if you're on Android, or I think we're on podcast.com as well. But we're on most of the podcasting platforms that you could look at. Subscribe. It'll make sure that your app just downloads the episode to your phone when it's ready, and you'll never miss anything that we're doing. And if you're the type who listens to part of the show and then needs to come back later, those apps remember where you left off.
Isn't that convenient?
Which is really cool.
That's
right?
really good. Yeah.
So anyway, but if you want to also check us out, theintellectual.com, you can listen to all the episodes there as well. And, we have movie reviews and other things that go up on the website as well. So, feel free to check that out. Anyway, we need to do our review of Bunny, Allison Iraheda's new album.
Yeah.
It's good.
It might be good, guys.
It's really good.
Well, look for that.
So that'll be coming soon as well. Probably be up before this episode even airs. So check it all out. Follow us online, and we'll talk to you again on the next episode of the Intellectual Podcast. Until then, I'm David S. Dawson.
I'm Kristin Naomi.
And we will talk soon.
See you guys.
Hello there, citizens. I am the terror that flaps in the night. I am the floaty that will not flush no matter how many times you try in the toilet bowl of crime. I am Darkwing Duck, telling you please, talk hard and enjoy the mindgasm. Whatever the heck that means. After all, you are watching Intellectual Podcast with your ears.